airport. They should be boarding shortly. And as you can probably tell from the title, we are headed back to the Bahamas. Neither of us have been back to Nassau in almost a couple of years now. Last time we went was July 2023 for Bahamas Independence Day. So we should be boarding shortly, and we'll be taking y'all with us. As with any of our trips to the Bahamas, this was part delivering things to family, part business trip, and part much needed vacation. From Fort Lauderdale, our flight time was only about 30 minutes, and once we landed, we grabbed our luggage, picked up our rental, and then went straight to Kodak's parents' house to see his dad and drop our luggage off before running errands and seeing some family. By the time we were done, we just grabbed dinner from one of our go-to spots, Mexicaba, a fast casual restaurant serving Mexican Bahamian food with a twist, and ate it in the car while enjoying the ocean breeze. Good morning, guys. So we are officially here in Nassau. Yesterday was a very busy day. So today we are just out driving. There's some places that have been built up more recently, and now we're getting a chance to actually explore some different sides of the island, and also just looking at some houses and looking at different details of what we would like to build for our own home eventually one day here on the island. So, and drive we did. As they say in the Bahamas, road, road, road. We stopped at Clifton Heritage Park, a national park where you can pay to see the ruins of old slave houses and take a guided tour. So the tours you have right now, how is that different?
It's just a 45-minute tour to take you to the ruins.
Okay.
Come back, take you to the statues over there, come back, and that's basically it. It's the overview. And then now some people come out here, they want a little bit more, they want to experience more of it. You see, so they want to trek through the bush, they want to climb up hills, they want to kick rocks.
They want to kick rocks. The bush.
Yeah, they want to
crawl out the bush.
Experiences with bears and all that good stuff. We ain't got no bears.
There's no bears, nothing like that.
We have raccoons.
Yeah.
We got some raccoons. That's experienced by raccoons. I mean, that's
right.
Great company.
Yeah, and a story to bring back home.
Exactly.
There you go. And you heard it here first, they're upgrading their tour offers soon. From there, we drove right down the road to see the steps. These stairs are carved right into the rock, and you can venture down to see the waves below. We even passed by the power plant, which Kodak's dad told us now has generators purchased through a company from Florida named Pike, and which largely solved the power outages due to distribution issues that would often happen during the summers when the power load was high. We checked out a few different beaches, including Jaws Beach, which was named after the movie because it was filmed here. But personally, I think the hidden local beaches we found were even more beautiful and quiet, where we could just enjoy the sun and amazing ocean breeze. This was about just slowing down and exploring. No set destination, no time we had to be back, just stopping and exploring wherever we wanted and embracing the beauty of this island beyond your typical tourist destinations. So we're currently stuck in some afternoon Nassau traffic.
As usual, yeah.
Per usual. Traffic is usually 3 times a day. Morning rush hour, lunchtime rush hour, and evening rush hour.
Mm-hmm.
So how's your leg feel?
I feel like I've been working out just one leg, my quads, just holding this brake and slowly coming down this little hill. Yes.
Roundabouts here are far more common than anything else. I think I've seen maybe 2 streetlights since we've been here, and we've been here for the past 3 days. And just riding from the airport to his parents' place, we hit about 5 roundabouts in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So that should give you a sense of how common those are. But during non-rush hour times, traffic flows pretty smoothly. We haven't really had any issues. So this morning, Mr. Kodak here decided to tell me that we gotta pack up and leave his parents' house because we gotta go somewhere and pack everything up, and he has not said where we're going.
That's right.
So
I'm a man of many vacation secrets. Go ahead. See,
which is very anxiety-inducing for me, by the way. He says it's a need-to-know basis. I think I need to know.
It keeps the vacation interesting.
As As it turns out, Kodak's big surprise was that we were going to stay at the Atlantis Resort. Checking in went smoothly, and after a short wait for our room to be ready, we got settled in. Alright guys, so this is our room. We are in the Coral Tower. So right when you walk in, here's our bathroom. Straightforward, nice shower in there. And then we have our closet. So there's a safe, ironing board, extra pillow and blanket, a little bit of storage in here. And then on this side, little mini fridge. Can't store that much in there. And the rest of the room. So if you need coffee, they have coffee. Ice is down the hall. And here's our room. You have a bellman who can bring up our luggage for you if you need. We have 2 beds here, mirror, and this is our view. After settling in, we walked to a nearby restaurant to get something to eat, and then had some time to kill before our next event, so we decided to explore the resort. Earlier, I saw a sign for the fitness center, so, of course, I wanted to go check it out. Little did we know that we'd be checking out most of the resort along the way, because this place was about a 15 to 20 minute walk away from our hotel. Our room was in the Coral Tower, so we had to walk through the casino, past the main entrance, through the Royal Tower, past the arcade, and back outside until we found it. So it's safe to say we'd be getting our steps in. After checking out the fitness center and walking all the way back, we grabbed our car from the valet and drove back over the bridge to the Vel Monkey Foot Grill and Catering food stand, which Kodak's friend Lacey Ann Martin and her family own, for their special happy hour event. They serve popular Latin Caribbean dishes, and the food stand is located on the John Watling Rum Distillery property, which is itself a popular tourist spot. The distillery was already closed for the evening the night we went, but we got to try their doubles, festivals, and jerk chicken, which all had great flavor and were delicious. When we got back to the hotel, we went down to the marina area, saw some of the yachts, checked out the Marina Bay Village, and then stuck around for the mini Junkanoo parade that the resort features on certain nights. Now, for those of you that don't know, Junkanoo is a huge parade that's held twice a year with multiple teams, floats, dancers, and themed handmade costumes that parade down Bay Street in front of Parliament Square. And the parade usually lasts all night. This one here is a mini one to showcase for tourists, but if you're ever in town to see the main event during Christmas and New Year's, it's a must-see if you can stay up late at night, and very impressive. You've never been to a party quite like a Junkanoo party. They do have other Junkanoo parades on certain holidays during the year, like the one we went to for Independence Day, but that's actually still a practice run for the main event during Christmas and New Year's. And the next day, we ended up here.
It's official. Really enjoying our vacation. Wish I could show you how far Nassau is off in the distance.
Come on.
Way back over there.
So where are we?
We are on Rose Island. It's one of the islands that's at the beginning of Eleuthera. Look at some of these set up.
Look at it, folks.
All right, so this was a surprise booking that I did about, I'd say 2 weeks ago. I know one of the biggest things that she's always talked about is swimming with the pigs and seeing that. And since I said, third time's the charm of coming here to my home country, homeland, you know, let's just go ahead and get that out the way. So
get it out the way?
Yes. So I just wanted to just give her a little surprise this morning. It was a little bit rough this morning on my part. I'm just not telling her what we're doing.
See, he told me, yeah, we're gonna
go
do
to
a
the beach
day on Saturday morning, but we gotta be there at 9:20. And I was like, number one, that's a very specific time.
Yes.
Number two, it was a very big rush of getting into the hotel, getting out here, figuring out details with what boat we're supposed to be on, all that stuff. But long story short, it's a very nice boat trip out here. It took about 15 minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. All right, 30.
30 minutes. But look at this. Shoreline to this.
So to give you a better sense of what this tour is, so it was basically 30 minutes on the boat to head to Rose Island, and we get about 3.5 hours here on the island. So there you can walk on the beach like we are here, take the kayaks out for a little bit. You could sunbathe, you could hang out by the beach. The first thing they did when we got here was the swimming pigs. So they have carrots that you can feed them, and you could take pictures with them, hold one. We chose not to hold the pig because Kodak grew up around pig farms and does not like the smell of pigs. But it was fun. It was check off the bucket list. And then from there you can hang out and do whatever for the next couple hours.
Just to let you know, there were some things I wanted to pick up. There were some catamaran tours, and the way they looked at it was like almost intimate, but I'm so glad I didn't book the catamaran tours because the 2 catamarans that actually left was packed. I mean, when I say packed, it was packed with people, so there would have not been any space for you to be able to actually just sit down and relax. The catamaran tours were a little bit more expensive. They were a little bit longer, but the fact that they literally were packed from front to back, it just was not going to be a great experience. So this was much better with a smaller group of people.
Yeah. We're waving at the boat that's going by. Another small tour boat over there. There's so much space that you can just hang out where you can really relax and it's not super loud. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. You can hang out and chat with people if you want, meet some new people. Like, it's totally fine. So it's a nice, very flexible schedule where you have a block of time, hang out, do what you want to do, and then early afternoon they'll take you back.
Once we got back to the hotel, we happened to meet one of the staff members in the elevator taking some ice cream upstairs. And since Kodak loves ice cream, she was kind enough to order him some from the ice cream shop in the lobby.
Nick, what do you get? What do you get? You get ice cream delivered?
To the room, after a hot day being out on the ocean, this is it.
You can say happy boy.
Yes.
What ice cream did you get?
I don't even care. Just ice cream.
We can't even remember what flavor it was, but he was one happy camper. So much so, he went back a couple other times during our stay. After a late lunch, we walked down to the beach to see if we could find Kodak's older brother, who owns a local jet ski rental company. This was supposed to be a surprise, so we weren't sure if he'd even be there that day. But we found him. After a few minutes of catching up, the next thing we knew, he put us on a boat and had a couple of his guys take us parasailing. You can't beat the Bahamas blue water. It was just a day full of surprises. In a matter of hours, we had traveled by land, sea, and air. When we got back, we did some wandering around the resort and found that underneath one of the restaurants, you could walk by the fish tanks and through the tunnel as the fish swim overhead. After all the excitement from yesterday, we were exhausted, so we slept in and then got a workout in. After the lift, I did some cardio, and then we headed back for an outfit change before taking a drive to check out the fish fry, a popular area lined with local restaurants. We checked out a restaurant called Oh My Andros, but weren't impressed. It was organized chaos inside, it took a while to be served, we had to wait well over 40 minutes to even get the food, and they only took cash or PayPal, and the food wasn't impressive. Next trip, we'll check out some of the other places at the fish fry that are probably better. We drove downtown and took a walk by Long Wharf Beach and Junkanoo Beach. They weren't busy since the cruise passengers had already returned to the cruise ships for the day. From there, we headed back to the hotel to grab Kodak's drone and walk back to the beach so he could catch the sunset. On our last day, we were up early. Me to go do cardio and Kodak to get some sunrise drone shots. Afterward, we got another workout in, packed up and headed out to get some business done and run errands before sadly heading back to Florida. And thanks to what ended up being a 2-hour flight delay due to weather back in Florida, we were able to squeeze in meeting with Leslie Simone, a distant cousin of Kodak's and the administrator for the Bahamians Abroad Facebook group, where Bahamians worldwide can connect, share their travels, and support each other's businesses. She interviewed us at the airport right before we left, and if you're part of the Facebook group, stay tuned for that video. The group page is linked in the description below. And that sums up this trip back to Nassau. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and let us know if you have any questions about planning your next trip to this beautiful island. We're happy to help. Thanks for watching.